If you're planning on starting a mobile beauty business but you're still unsure, this video will hopefully help you, because I'm gonna tell you the advantages and disadvantages. These are the ones that I personally can think of, and then hopefully it will help with your decision. I'm gonna start with the pros. So I think the biggest pro is that you will be earning more money compared to a standard hourly rate in a salon. Let's just say, for example, in a salon your hourly rate is £9 an hour and you do an 8-hour shift. That's £72 for 1 day's work. With a mobile beauty therapist, let's just say you had a client in the morning for a shellac manicure and shellac pedicure and you earned around £50 for it, and then you had a client in the afternoon for a full body massage and you charged around £50 for it. That's £100 for half a day's work, and you still have your evening wide open to make even more of them monies. And generally speaking, people who are self-employed get taxed less. Another pro is that you are your own boss. No one's going to tell you what to do, no one's going to tell you how to do it. You are in full control of everything, and I think that sentence alone is beautiful. Another pro is that it is very, very flexible. If you're looking for a job that works around a particular schedule, for example, if you have children and you want to work around them, this is perfect. You can drop your kids to school and then you've got time until you need to pick them up, so you can do a client then. And then once you pick your kids up and you've fed them and then you've got more time, you can do more clients. It's really, really flexible and it will work around any schedule. Another advantage about being mobile is that you don't need to worry about paying rent, gas, electricity, the sort of bills that come with owning a salon. There's a lot less pressure in making a certain amount of money a month because you don't have to pay any of those bills. Another thing I can think of that's good is I feel like with a mobile beauty business, you're more likely to get regular clients and clients who are more loyal. Of course you get regulars and loyal clients in a salon as well, but I feel like when you're going to someone's home, you almost form an even stronger bond. And if they really like your treatments and like you as a person, I feel like they'll never go to anybody else, especially because it's so much easier for them. You're going to them. They don't need to get up and go anywhere. So if they really like you, they'll stick to you. Another advantage about a mobile beauty business is that you can have a full-time job and do this at the same time. This advantage is for those workaholics out there. This isn't something I would do. I know quite a few people who are workaholics. They do a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job and then they do mobile beauty on the weekends. In some cases, because they finish work at 5, they do a client in the evening as well, which I don't even know how they have the energy to do that. But there are a lot of hard-working people out there, and I just want to say, if you are in a full-time job and you want to go towards mobile beauty, you can always try it without having to quit your job. Just do it on the weekends and see how it goes. It's a nice little side business that you can have. Another advantage is that you can specialise in the treatments that you love doing. In a beauty salon, you don't have as much control with that. A lot of salons prefer that you do all the treatments you're trained in. Of course, there are managers out there where if you're not confident in 1 or 2 treatments, they're fine with that. But I'm talking about like if you're trained in 10 and you only want to do 2 or 3, there aren't a lot of salons that will accept that. But if you have your own business, you can specialise in those 3 treatments if you wanted to. In some cases, people like that you specialise because in a way they trust you more and they think, oh, she specialises in eyebrows, so she must be really good. She specialises in nails, so I can trust her with my nails. When you look at it that way, it is a pro. Another huge advantage is that you can work at your own pace. You're in control of the timings of the treatments. In a salon, you have no control doing that. For example, if a full leg wax takes you 45 minutes, there are salons that don't offer you that long. They've got their half an hour timing. You just don't fit the speed of the beauty therapists in this salon. So you might find that you're rushing all the time. With a mobile beauty business, if it takes you 45 minutes, you can give yourself 45 minutes to do it. You can work at your own pace, you don't need to rush, and you don't need to sweat from your ass. It works the other way round as well. If you're a beauty therapist who's really quick, let's just say it takes you 15 minutes to do a full leg wax and that salon gives you 45 minutes, you're just sitting there really bored thinking, I could have done 2 other clients. You can do that with your mobile beauty business. The next advantage is a very personal one. Some of you might find it unprofessional. but I feel like it's very, very important. The advantage is that you can choose your own clients. For example, if a client is rude to you, you don't need to put up with that. You don't need to rebook that client in ever again. Whereas I've worked in salons, it's run in a particular way where the client is always right. You're not allowed to, they still rebook that client even though they're rude to you and they treat you like shit. There are companies out there that care more about money and their reputation and their reviews rather than their staff. If you have your own mobile beauty business, you don't need to put up with that. It's the same with clients who are always late or cancel last minute. Your business might be really successful at this point where you're back to back with clients and you've had to reject people because you don't have the time or the space. But if you have that one client who cancels last minute all the time, you could have accepted a new client who actually respects and values the time that they have with you, and they are always on time, and if they do need to cancel, they'll stick to your cancellation policy. Another advantage about having your own business is that you can, in a way, do the treatments the way you want to do it and tailor it to how you like to do it. In a salon, a customer pays a certain amount for a particular treatment, and if you do something differently, they might not like it and they'll be like, oh well, she doesn't do it like this, she doesn't do it like that. If it's your own business, you can do it however you like. You can design your own treatment if you want to, and you don't need to worry about being compared to anybody else because it's your own business, you're the only person. And if you were to expand and hire people, you can tell them to do it the way you want. The final pro I'm going to talk about is advertisement. When you have a mobile beauty business, you don't have to do a huge amount of advertisement because word of mouth does that for you, and it's the best advertisement that there is. One person's going to tell their friend, they're going to tell their friend, and it's just going to snowball like that. In a way, you might find that your clients all know each other because it's all been word of mouth, and in some cases you might get 2 of your clients booking treatments together at the same house. So you don't need to travel to different places. They might all meet up in one house and you might do 3 clients in a row, and that saves your travel. So a nice long list of advantages. I'm now going to tell you the disadvantages of having a mobile beauty business. The main one is that there is no guaranteed income, and that's with any sort of, when you're self-employed, that's the main disadvantage. There's no guarantee you're going to make a particular income every month. Another disadvantage is the amount of equipment that you need to carry. It is hard work carrying all of that equipment to your car, into a house, to a particular floor, carrying it into a flat. Maybe you're going to an estate where you're not allowed to park, so you have to park outside the estate, carrying that equipment inside and around buildings to get to this house. Being a beauty therapist is quite hard on your body anyway. Carrying all of that equipment is even more pressure on your body, so just keep that in mind. Another disadvantage is worrying about your safety. You're going into a stranger's home. Whether you get out, you just don't know. I shouldn't be laughing because it's quite serious. Again, there are ways to help with your safety. For example, letting at least one person know where you are, whether it's a family member or a friend, and roughly what time you will be done. And if they don't hear from you for a certain amount of time, they should know that something has happened. There's the Find Friends app that you can get on your phone so that your friend can see where you are. If you're worried about a male client who might become interested in you when you're in their house and you might feel uncomfortable, they might become obsessed with you and you're forming this horror story in your head, you can just not do male clients at all if that makes you feel safer. Another disadvantage is that you can't fit as many clients in a day as you could in a salon, or if you was to rent a room. You can't do back-to-back clients because you need to take into account the setup time, the tidying up time, and then your travel. It can give you a little bit of a headache trying to work out when you can book your next client in. If possible, you can schedule your clients that live close together in an order that will make sense with your travel. The final con is the amount of responsibility that you're going to have and paperwork. When you work in a salon, you just go in, you do your job, the salon is closed, and then you go home. And you don't have to think about anything. Okay, you don't need to do any cashing up, you don't need to do any paperwork, you don't need to order any items. With a mobile beauty business, with just being self-employed in general, you've got a lot more responsibility and a lot more paperwork to do. I hope that this video has helped you and maybe given you some tips as well. If I can think of any more tips, I'll just make a list of it and then make a video about that in the future. But that's it from me today. Bye.